baby. I aim for the heart.
You gotta admit, James, most summer game don't come that big.
Summer game. Summer game.
Clean shot, James.
I aimed for the heart, and that's where I got him. He never felt a thing.
I guess he ought to thank you for that.
Which one is this?
Joseph Otto Weyerhaeuser. Lifer for murder. Killed his girlfriend.
Why? Why'd he kill her?
What difference does it make?
Lived like a fool. Died like a fool. Should have stayed in the timber. Where's Pryor with my horse?
Made 25 bucks for that shot, James.
Jackpot.
State can keep its money, Warden. I didn't come along for the money. I got all the money I need.
He must have dropped his gun. His gun, my gun. The best rifle I ever had in my life. 200 bucks in cold cash.
Barker, go up the woods. See if he dropped anything when he was hit. Guns or ammunition.
What he dropped, I won't find up on the hill.
Why didn't he stick to the timber, the fool? He had a chance that way.
City dude. One night in the open, and he was headed back to civilization.
They're all city boys.
Joseph Otto Weyerhaeuser. That's a fancy handle for a dead con.
Had a right to a name, didn't he? Whatever it was. James, get the top off my horse.
What do you want a top for?
I want to cover him.
What for? He's happy the way he is, feeling no pain.
James, if you want to ride with this posse, you'll do what I tell you. Now, if that's irksome to you, you can just go on back on home. I'll raise no objection.
You're a great little kid, aren't you, Sheriff?
Feeling sick, Sheriff?
I know how it is, Scott. A decent man never does get over it entirely. Every time there's an execution.
Call your pilot, Warden. Tell him to get some altitude. He's buzzing around this basin like a bee in a wash tub. Let him in on what's happened here. Have him check the other side of the hill, see if anything's come up over there.
.120. Ground party, Stony Park. This is Deputy Warden Holsworth.
Go ahead, Warden.
Get up in the air. You're making us all nervous.
I'm making myself nervous, too. Terrific wind up here. What happened?
We got Weyerhaeuser. Dead. Call Stu the Baker and Rudd on the roadblock over the hill.
10-4, stand by.
Has he spotted the others?
What?
The other three.
I didn't ask.
Well, why not?
He would have told me if he had.
Ground party, 120. Negative on all roadblocks and patrol cars.
Thanks, 120. Call Stu the Baker again. Have an ambulance meet me at the Big Spring, east side of Harold Pass at, 1 this afternoon.
10-4.
This is a fine deal. I shut my bar on a weekend, too. Take time out from business to help the law, and he doesn't even ask the pilot.
What do you want, James? How come you're never with us when there's a crashed plane or a lost hunter?
What's with you? I only did what you'd have done if you'd seen him first. Why is everybody looking at me cross-eyed all of a sudden?
This is a posse, James. Not a lynch mob.
I haven't said or done different, have I?
James only did what he's here for, didn't he, Sheriff?
Maybe I made a mistake, Smitty, letting you come along.
Why?
You're scared or nervous or something.
I ain't scared of nothing, Sheriff. I'm as good a man as any of your drugstore deputies. Maybe better.
What a man.
Found some cigarettes and candy bars. They came from your store, didn't they, Smitty?
That's right. You didn't have my rifle? You didn't see a brand new rifle? Did you look all around?
I looked all around. All I found was a sawed-off and a .38.
When I get my sights on the con that's got my rifle, boy, I'll gut shoot him for sure.
Smitty, pick out your property.
Take it and smoke it. I don't want it.
Weyerhaeuser plays shortstop on the prison team. Good player, too. I'm going to leave you, Sheriff. I'm going over to talk to the other two posses. We've got a ring around him now. I'm going to close that ring.
Not that easy, Warden. Not in this country.
Which way do you think they'd run?
Well, if I was them, recently broke out of jail with a taste of air and liberty for the first time, I'd head up. Way up.
Shall I fly in some guards in case you're right?
Don't want them. Last time you sent them, we had to carry them out. 2 came down with mountain fever and 1 with mosquito bites. They used to sit around in a tower. Let them sit.
3 tough cons against the 4 of you.
5 of us. You forgot Smitty.
Ah, she's a woman. Or, is she?
More man than a woman.
Why'd you bring her?
She got it right. Robbed a filling station in the middle of the night. Made her lie down on the floor where they looted the place. Looked at her on the floor and made remarks of a personal nature. And they took her best rifle. She got a natural right. I couldn't deny her.
That's interesting. Now, what's the reason?
She knows this side of the range better than any of us.
What you got in here, Smitty?
Personal business.
You, going back with the warden?
Why should I?
We're at 8,000. Gonna go up to 12 before we're through. It's pretty rough on a pretty girl.
I've run sheep over the pass at 13.5. I'm a lot tougher than you are, James.
Maybe you are, but, there are 4 men and 1 woman. What'd you come along for, Smitty? Girls?
Not the kind you mean. I came here to keep you boys alive. I know the range. You don't. You and the rest of them couldn't find your way to the bathroom on a cloudy night.
It's still gonna be tough, honey. That con I killed was just a kid. The others are a lot tougher. Especially Kago. You met him, didn't you, when he busted into your filling station?
I met him.
There are a lot of rumors around town. Did he, say anything or do anything?
He took my rifle. That's enough.
Come on, Sheriff. Come on, come on. They're wasting daylight.
I'll leave you the radio. The plane will contact you 2 or 3 times a day. Good luck, Sheriff. If you need an ambulance, just ask for it.
Let's hope there'll be no more shooting on our side or theirs.
Amen.
Three men. One about a day ahead of the others. Whole regiment could hide out down there all summer long.
Leave it to me, I'll find him. I know every inch of this country.
I rode this country before you were born, Sonny. And I found a new place every time I went out. And I could do the same thing for 100 years. Every inch of it.
I'll find him, don't worry. I got something you never had, old man. Hey, look. Above the mine. Come on.
If I were you, Mr. James, I'd get off that horse a while.
The horse can take this altitude. I can't. Besides, it's my horse.
That's not important. Kicked the guts out of them already in the last few days.
But there they are.
And there they go.
What the devil? They're getting further out of range every second.
Take us the best part of 2 hours to reach the mine. Then it'll be dark. You go ahead, Mr. James, if you want to. Leave that horse behind.
It's my horse, not yours.
Leave it behind, I said.
3 of them came in here, James. Why don't you go up there and flush that third one out? He's there.
How do you know?
Well, go on, find out.
Ain't my business they're going alone. I'm no hero wearing a tin badge.
Gets chilly mighty quick up in this high country, don't it?
Go on, James. Check the place out. Well, go on. You can tell by the way the rats are acting there's no one in there.
Cons know how to get along with rats. You go up and check it out. I'll cover you from here. This scope gathers light, so I can't miss.
To cover me, you gotta stick your head around this corner.
They're in there.
Yeah, rats.
What's in there?
Nothing.
This city boy's all right. No one with any sense would stay in a rat hole.
Roof is the only shelter they know.
Look. Better quit.
What's keeping Scott? What's he doing in there?
He's looking at the mountains.
Can't get horses over that slide rock at night, maybe not in daylight. Camp here tonight.
And all the time they were moving.
Feeling their way down the worst switchbacks in these hills. On empty stomachs.
The devil. They've been living high. On grouse.
One grouse, and a small one at that.
Yeah. They must be getting fat.
Camp down below. The horses can graze.
And make this climb again in the morning? This posse is led by a lunatic.
Hey, James. You ain't gonna eat them beans, I'll take good care of them for you.
I'll get to him. Don't worry.
Somebody will have to go back for grub tomorrow. What about you, Jane?
I can live in the country.
That's what I thought you'd say. How about it, Smitty?
I can go as far on an empty stomach as the next man.
Mm-hmm. 1 hour each on guard tonight. Not here by the fire either. Up by the horses.
You think the third one's still up there in that basin?
I think the horses might get tangled up. Third man went over the hill a long time ago.
How do you know?
Because I think it was Marty Kago. He's the toughest and the smartest. He wouldn't sit up there in that rat's nest hoping nobody comes after him.
This Monty Kago, what'd he do?
He killed 2 cops. He got him with 1 shot each. I'll go check the horses.
Who are the other 2 we're after, besides Kago?
What do you want to know? Their names?
I asked, didn't I?
Sam Castagna and Aura L. Struthers. Took a man for a syndicate and a bank robber.
Aura L. Sounds nice and gentle. Imagine a hold-up man having a name like that.
Don't you give him the right to a name? Don't you give him the right to be a human being?
What is it with you anyway? You talk like it was a crime to send those characters rolling in the grass.
Rolling in the grass. It was pretty, wasn't it, James?
Hey, look, fellas, it's only 8 o'clock. We can take our flashlights and go up the Slide Rock Trail and see for sure if all 3 crossed over.
Why?
If one still is up there, he'll try to sneak out of the basin tonight. We can lay out in that narrow pass and get him dead to rights.
You can lay out on those rocks all night long if you want to, James. But if Scott says they're gone, that's good enough for me.
What about you, Barker?
What about me?
You scared to go hunting at night?
No, I have an aching tooth. That one right there. Hey, give me that. Come on, partner, give me that now.
Wait, just take it easy. I'm gonna serenade a lady.
I heard that crack about a lady.
You got it all gooped up.
Why don't you clobber the big ape, Barker?
You know, Smitty, I can remember the time when you weren't so anxious to see me crumbed. I remember
You
one...
better be careful what you remember.
You got your own bedroll, James.
Yeah, you'll have a look around.
Come on, Barker, be a pal. Give me the harmonica.
Scott. Better get some sleep, Sheriff. We got a long climb.
I don't sleep too well on this altitude.
Sheriff, what's troubling you?
Nothing.
Weyerhaeuser?
Maybe. I got a job to do.
Well, you'll do it.
I know. It's what's bothering me. When I get pinched right down to it, I'll do just like James. Be grabbing dirt, throwing lead. My heart racing and my gut screaming for blood. Does that make me like James?
Well, now, you know the answer to that, Sheriff. The difference between them up there and us down here, that line is kind of thin and crooked in places. You know, I rode with outlaws. I shared food and fire with men who wanted dead or alive. And let me tell you something. You couldn't tell them boys from you or me. If anything, they were a shade more polite.
Not like James, huh?
No, not like James.
I can hate James, but I can forgive him because he's just a man.
Well, so are you. We're all just men. Except one.
I question that.
Scott. She's plenty woman. And you know it. Give me back my instrument, Pryor.
Just this once, let me play you an old-time tune, Barker. I'll play you a tune as old as these mountains.
Startles a graceful dawn in the clear, cool air up here so high. All your cares just seem kind of tame, and my dreams could reach the top of the sky if I was with my love in the kingdom of summer game.
Oh, man, it's hard to sleep up here. How'd you like to come over and tuck me in and kiss me goodnight?
With the toe of my boot, Frere.
What's in the bandana?
Extra ammunition.
How come you never got married, Smitty?
How come you never asked me?
Well, how come you never made me a fair offer?
You're not the first guy that wanted to marry me to do his work for him.
Play me to sleep, Barker. Come on.
Barker. I ain't asleep yet.
What are you doing, James? Writing yourself a letter?
No, my mother. She likes to get postcards.
How are you gonna send it? By carrier pigeon?
I'll mail them when I get home, stupid. Good old Mom.
Four days on candy bars.
They stole that candy from my machines.
It's a terrible climb for men living on candy bars.
What is it with you anyway, Sheriff?
Where will that trail take him, Smitty?
Into Clover Basin. I camped there last summer for 2 weeks.
By yourself?
Yes, by myself.
Will that dead end him?
No. There's a trail through the slide rock above the Uncle Sam mine. Then it goes over the ridge at 13,000, starts down the other side.
Oh, yeah, I remember. Big Shawalter Park.
Tell me this. 3 men running uphill. Why haven't the lousy search planes seen them?
Ask me, maybe I'll tell you.
All right, why?
Because the sound of a plane engine carries a long way, and there's 1,000 places to duck for cover up there. Any more stupid questions, Mr. Sharpshooter?
What's eating on you, Pryor?
Well, the fact is, I'm getting sick and tired of the
Shut up, Pryor!
the sound of your big fat mouth.
Let's mount up and move. There went a fine little mare.
They don't exactly give those radios away either. And my sleeping bag cost 62 bucks.
We can go down and get your sleeping bag, Mr. Janes.
And waste half a day? I've slept in saddle blankets before.
Probably thinks his radio's busted.
Planes, radios, horses. What good are they? In the end, it's like any other war. Men on foot closing in on each other.
Just like you closed in at the Uncle Sam bunkhouse, huh? Hand to hand, tooth and toenail.
Why don't you strip down to a breechcloth, Janes? I'll give you my knife and you can go after Kago proper.
I don't understand you guys, so help me.
I really think you don't, Janes. Any more than I understand you.
Wait a minute. Now I get it. You guys would like to shove me out of this and go on. And send the others skidding on their faces and grab all the credit, wouldn't you?
Mr. Janes, you shot one man. Don't it satisfy your conscience?
Conscience? What are you talking about? There's more conscience in my Weatherby than there is in the whole lot of you. I want to catch him. You don't.
Nice shot, Janes.
Nice shot. Sure, now I'm a nice shot. Before I was dirt.
Well, I'll eat that thing hide and all.
Boy, this thing is larded up like first-class beef. What a lucky shot.
Lucky nothing. I never miss a running target.
Well, it sure looked lucky to me.
No luck at all. Simple if you have the eye for it. All I want to see is the big red P on their backs, running or sitting.
This is Mr. Janes. And the rest of you, too. There'll be no shooting. Unless it's necessary. Is that clear?
One of the boys ain't doing so good all at once.
The other will leave him alone, that's sure. Now, where would he go? Where would he go to feel halfway safe? Well, there's that old ranger station in Boston Park. About a half mile, I'd say.
It's a mile. Downhill and men up.
Good. He's ready to quit. His foot must be out this big.
He'll make a stand.
Why will he if he's hurt?
Because a wounded predator always turns. You don't pull a trigger with your foot.
That's not his only injury.
How do you know?
Because if he's been left in that cabin, he's the loneliest man in the world right now. Come out! Your box! Come out with your hands up! You got 45 seconds before we rip that place apart! I can't walk! Come out the way you went in! Toss away your gun! No gun! No gun, you stink!
Watch him! I just grazed his hand.
Pryor, get the first aid kit.
Right.
I shot just as he grabbed for the gun.
Yeah, he grabbed all right to keep from falling on a busted leg.
Oh, it looked like he just...
Janes, get the man some water.
Here you are, Scott.
Which one is this?
Sam Castagna. Where's Struthers, Sam?
He run out on me.
And Kago? Marty Kago?
There's no gun anyplace in that cabin. That leaves a sawed off and a 38 unaccounted for.
And my rifle.
Castagna, huh? Nice little boy who used to like to put bombs on car starters. Those other two are still going down the trail, Scott.
Yeah, headed for the highway.
What about Castagna?
Let him lie.
Patch him up and take him with us.
Why?
So he won't die out here.
Doggone it, Scott, I'm hungry. You can go on without me. I'm going to get some of that deer before the blowflies finish it off.
Well, Sheriff, do we stay or go?
Let's stay.
Why? Why, for crying out loud?
To eat, to rest, and to think. Painful though that may be. We've got to think about Struthers. He's not going to be as easy as this one, not by a long shot.
Funny you have to stop and think when the tracks are right in
We've
front
got
of you.
to set Castagna's leg before he can ride.
Well, that was a cute trick.
Means to me that Struthers wants to quit.
How do you know it's Struthers? Maybe it's Kago.
Well, those marks are too fresh. Kago's a day ahead of this.
It's probably over there where the plane's circling.
Smitty, keep the horses quiet. Pryor.
Let's go.
Janes, you stay right here. This is your big opportunity, Mr. Janes. I want you to cover us and fire at anything that moves. I hate to be caught in a trap. All right, Struthers. Quit faking. Wake up.
What did you boys find on the other end of the shoe? What kept you so long? I've been waiting for you.
Quite a joker, Struthers.
Local yokels, huh? Can I have a cigarette?
Sure.
Where's Kago?
He left us at a rat hole in the side of a mountain day before yesterday.
We know that.
That's why I mentioned it.
Where's the other 38?
So you got Joe Weyerhaeuser, huh? Can I have a light? I don't know who's got it. I really don't care. Yes, Sam?
Sam's clean. You look clean, too. So Kago's got it. Why'd you quit, Struthers?
Yeah. Why didn't you give up with Castagna?
That two-bit character, I played alone. Hey, do I get some chow?
Half-done venison.
Raw will be fine, Constable, just fine.
All right, move on toward the horses.
Sure, Constable, sure. Just don't stall. I want to get home as soon as possible. I'm doing some leather work that can't be neglected.
Move.
Well. Hello, baby. Did you run out of gas or just missed my company? If I'd known you were along, I'd have given up a long time ago.
Right there, Struthers.
It's pretty soft, Constable. Is she yours or is she community property? How do you like this, Sam? Caught by a bunch of picnickers.
You stink, Struthers.
Mr. Janes, put that rifle down. Drop your pants, Struthers.
Drop my pants in front of a lady? Why, Constable. Get the pants,
Why didn't you search him first?
Takes more out of him if they think it's gonna work. We'll move on. But we've got only one to find. He's tired, discouraged, and almighty hungry. He's watching us right now, and I want him to watch.
Eddie,
What?
do you think of those two prisoners? Fine types, aren't they? These men were led by Kego. You can imagine what kind of a man Kego must be.
What do I care?
I think you do. Pryor, clean up and move.
Thanks. I was just trying to figure out which one of you it was who shot Joe Wirehouse. Kind of rifle is that, mister?
Finest weapon in the world, bar none. Weatherby, 300 Magnum. Want to try it?
I've taken $500,000 from the banks, never had to shoot a man yet. Hey, you. Snake Eyes. You're just a punk on the other side of the fence because you don't have the guts and brains of men like me. How about it? Go ahead. Slug me. I'm tied up. I can't hurt you. You're a coward. I know you. I know you from way back. I know you from the copper that slugged me when I was 16 years old. Only I've seen you too often, much too often. On both sides of the bars. Inside and out. With stripes on your back, a store-bought uniform. You're all alike.
Shut up, jailbird.
Go ahead and use that rifle. It's in your hand, use it. It's the only thing you got that's slick and powerful. The rest of you inside is water and yellow mush. Go on, slug me. That's it. Turn it around, pull the trigger. That's more your style anyway.
You filthy, stinking...
Copper!
Don't call me to your name, sonny boy.
Are you all right, Pappy? How about a cigarette, sister?
Here.
Oh. Thank you.
Smitty, stay here and watch these two. Pryor, let's talk. We're gonna have to split up. I want you with me, but Struthers rubs those two the wrong way, and I want him brought in alive.
You know, Barker and I can handle them.
Good. Now, have that plane over Shawalter Meadows 3 days from now. Leave one of your blankets with Jane's. Have him drop a sleeping bag, packs too. You got all that?
Yeah.
Good. Splitting up. Struthers and Castagna go back.
I'm staying. I want to get Monty Kago on my sights. I want to see him sweat.
You're staying all right, Mr. Janes. For your own safety, you too, Smitty. Get them ready, Pryor. Keep this on him, Smitty. All right, up.
You don't have to tie me up, Constable. Just give me 10 minutes alone with her, and I'll go willingly.
2 minutes alone with me, and you'd go in, belly down across the saddle.
Hey, James. Here's your blanket.
Thanks. Bring a lace for me, will you, Pryor?
Sure, James. Well, so long. Come on, Barker.
Thanks.
You chump.
So long, sister. Give my regards to Marty Kago.
We're going around in circles, Sheriff.
We're following his tracks. Only two things about a man don't lie. Heartbeat and his footprints.
The plane spotted Kago in the meadows the day before yesterday. Let's get into the timber and get there fast.
We don't know what the plane was looking at.
Look, these tracks are at least a day old. If we use our heads, we can make up the lead. Let's go straight over the ridge.
Go ahead.
What about you, Smitty?
I'll stick with the tracks.
Where will we meet?
The meadows?
You sure?
This old trail runs into a swamp before long. I'm betting on the meadows. But I'm following his track all the way.
Okay. The meadows, then. So long, Sheriff. Smitty.
Yeah. You're sure sad to see James leave, ain't you, Scott? Lucky shot.
I seldom miss a running target.
I think we're trailing the wrong guy.
What do you mean?
The warden said these were old city boys. The one that made these tracks is no dude.
Yeah, I've noticed it too. Kago's never been more than 5 miles from the pavement. Yet he moves through the country like a born woodsman.
Creepy, ain't it?
You're right. I get a queer feeling looking at Kago's tracks. Makes me feel like I know the man. Like I know the way he feels.
How does he feel?
Well, he don't act like a fugitive. He acts more like you or me. Out here to do a little hunting. He acts like he enjoys himself. Breathes clean, sleeps well.
Hey, look. Come on, Scott, look at this.
An anthill.
Ain't it a corker? When was that?
I'd say yesterday afternoon. Must have spent an hour just kneeling here looking at that anthill. Wanted, dead or alive. Armed and dangerous. And apprehending this man, approach with caution. Most people, they see an anthill, they want to kick it apart. Some like to study it. Like God looking at the world.
You going off your rocker, Scott?
It's not me, it's him. He knows his string is winding out, yet he spends an hour looking at an anthill. What kind of a man is this anyway?
If we spend as much time here as he did, we'll never find out.
Sat for a while underneath that bush, watching the beavers in the pond. Man acts like there's nothing on his mind.
Sure gets dark early, doesn't it?
Yeah. Sure does.
You don't feel much like sleeping yet, do you?
No. Not especially.
Might as well, though, I guess, huh?
Yeah. Might as well.
I'll roll out my big sack.
I'll save some of this for breakfast.
How much do you take off, Scott?
Oh, generally just my boots and the lumpy stuff out of my pockets.
I do better than that. Turn around if you're bashful.
A billion miles away.
What's that?
Stars, planets. So quiet way out there in space.
I don't like to think about it.
Yet if you saw them up close, they wouldn't be peaceful at all.
Do you think Keiko's watching us?
No. No, he's looking up at the stars, just like us.
How do you know?
Because I know how Kego must feel. He's been used to looking up at Prison Rock every night, just inches above his face. Think what it must mean to him to be out here like this. Free. To be free. Free from the things you have to do. The things you have to do.
Marty Keiko's not free. He's running away.
No, you're wrong. He's moving, but he stopped running. He's more free than either one of us right now.
When we catch up, will he fight?
I don't know. Man's tracks. Where he ate, slept, knelt to drink. Where he walked, stumbled, fell and rose again. Sure, Kego will fight. And it won't be an easy thing to see.
Maybe he'll get away.
The odds are with us, Smitty.
Look, lend me a knife.
What for?
There's a mole working his way into my back. I'm gonna kill him.
I'll do it. Wow. Where is it?
Well, it's right here. Campfire looks funny on your face.
Always forget how cold it gets up here at night.
I heard something.
Just an owl.
No, something's out there.
What?
I don't know.
You think he's watching us?
No, it's just an owl.
Why do you always see him when he's not here? Why? Why did you come along, Smitty? Not just a rifle. Don't tell me a woman climbs a mountain just for a 30-06. What's the truth, Smitty?
I don't know.
You're lying.
No, truly, I don't.
What's in this package
Nothing.
of yours? I'm gonna open
No,
it.
no.
What is this? Bait for me or Marty Cagle? Better get going. Ahead, man. I'll look around while you're getting ready.
You hear that shot?
Yeah. Your rifle?
No, it was Jane's.
Let's get going.
He must have knelt here to drink.
Where'd I read somewheres? Every man's your brother. Probably the biggest lie ever told. Suppose it's true.
You're a funny one, Scott. I heard you were tough.
No man's tough, he thinks too much.
What have you got to think about? If we get the drop on Kago, he'll quit like the rest.
He'll quit when he's dead, same as I would.
All right, then. He goes in feet first. So what? He's nothing but a stinking con anyway.
That's right. He's nothing but a stinking con. And a dude. And a man. Especially a man. You don't think much of none of us, do you, Smitty?
The ones I've seen so far ain't no great example.
Where have you been?
What the devil happened to you, Scott?
We were following his tracks, just like we said we would. You got a deer?
That's one thing there's plenty of here. Kago's around. I saw his tracks in the upper part of the meadow last night. We'll get him. I know every inch of this country.
Let's get to the deer.
What happened to Smitty?
Don't worry about Smitty. She'll catch up.
What in blazes are you doing with that meat, Scott?
I'm gonna dry some of this and we'll eat the rest.
Well, you can sit around on your tail if you want to. In the meantime, what's happening with Smitty?
Why don't you take a turn around the meadows and see if you can find her? You know every inch of it. She can't be far away.
I might just do that.
Any sign of her?
Where'd you camp last night, Scott?
Near the bog, east of the meadow.
He was there this morning.
So?
Crossed over by the swamp, went back the same way. He's in the timber in the hills there. He's getting pretty smart about covering his tracks.
What's he eating?
I don't know, and I don't care. He slept under a windfall last night, Scott. Where did he learn that? A city boy, sleeping under a windfall.
Man learns. Especially with the taste of freedom in his lungs. More than he's ever had in all his life.
Hey, you suppose we could pull him in with this? Let's sneak into the timber and circle back over to that little knob. It's about 325 yards. One easy shot.
Has it occurred to you, Mr. James, that a man is not a beast to be lured with bait for his belly?
You're a fool, Scott. An empty belly makes a man take all kinds of chances.
We're out here to bring in a human being, not to ambush a wild animal.
He's not a human being, he's a convict. Typical state employee. Look at that thing drift. If he had any brains, he would have stuck around to make sure we got it.
Drifting toward the beaver pond. Come on.
It's him. 500 yards. Where'd I hit, Scott?
On the left, 10 o'clock.
Why ain't you shooting? That was the one. I got him.
No, you didn't. You slipped and fell.
You didn't shoot, Scott. It's Smitty. She must have found his trail. Come on, let's cut across the shallows and get on over there.
Hold on, Mr. Janes. You got another hole in your head if you rush straight in there.
You lost the right to give orders, Scott. Why didn't you shoot?
I didn't want to steal your act, Janes. You want to do the killing around here, not me.
I've had just about as much chicken as I can stand.
If I pull this trigger right now, Mr. Janes, I'd be acquitted by any jury in the world. Now lower that gun. Come on, we'll cross over. Cut through the timber the way Smitty's doing. Smitty was here, all right.
I'm not blind, I can read tracks. She came in after he hightailed it, and she went into the timber after.
Only got the packs and most of the food.
Yeah, got your jacket, got practically everything.
Fry says he's coming in at noon with a big posse.
It's a great help. Everything's loused up like a Chinese fire drill. If that pilot hadn't been yellow, he would have come in low and dropped the box right in our laps. Now Kago's got the benefit of it all. I'd like to go in there and gut shoot him good for this trick.
We're not heading into that timber at this time of day.
Smitty did. We gotta go in after her.
Now, she's all right. She knows her way around. She'll come in when she's ready.
You got a streak up your back, Scott?
No, and neither is that pilot. He risked more than either of us to come in here in that light plane in this weather. The truth is, Mr. Janes, I'm sick of the sight of you, and I can't figure out why.
And I'm fed up with you. You ain't tracking. You ain't shooting. You ain't even half trying. The way you act, you think that stinking con was your kid brother.
He's not a brother to you, is he, Mr. Janes?
No.
Who is Mr. Janes?
It's this. A weapon you can trust. The only brother a man needs.
I feel sorry for you. Let's get back to camp.
That was smart. Now what's in the can?
You know, you're right. It's no good to any of us anymore. Man must know what he's getting. No label on the can. A hungry man must know what he's getting.
Take it easy, Scott. We need that stuff.
Shut your big mouth! Just for a little while, shut your mouth till we get home.
All soup, and Kago's back in the timber having hot coffee and canned chicken. You can laugh all you want to. I wonder if Smitty's laughing wherever she is.
Don't worry, she can take care of herself.
Maybe she met up with Kago. Maybe he took her as hostage.
Kago's not a man to take hostages.
Think he might have killed her?
You know, James, you're stupid.
You know, Scott, you're crazy. I told you I'd get Kago if it took me all summer. Go ahead. Keep on laughing. I'll get him. We're wasting time. It's probably circled back to the ponds. Let's go back there and start.
Tracks are practically washed out no matter where we start. I'll stay here with what we can find. Go back to the ponds if you want to.
Maybe he's clearing out of the country. He's made fools of us, but he knows it can't last. He's probably following the highway right now. After all we've done, somebody else will get him.
Pathetic, ain't it? But he's making a long trip in any direction. He went up. He likes mountains.
How do you figure?
You wouldn't understand. He's gone towards Spearhead, Janes.
Out by the highway. I'm going after him, Scott. If I don't cut his trail by the time I get to Bandbox Creek, I'll come back. Don't sneak off this time and camp by yourself. He could have walked right in on you that night.
Yep. He could have killed me, I suppose.
He did sneak in while you were asleep, didn't he? And you were too ashamed to tell me about it. So I wonder he didn't take your rifle and sleeping bag right out from under you. I'll tell that to the county board and see what they say.
You do that, Janes. Do that. But right now, you get out of my sight before I forget I'm a brother to you, too. Like it or not.
Brother? What kind of brother? What in blazes are you talking about?
I'm faster, Marty Kago. My brother down there. You'll have your chance to go back where you came from. And when you refuse, the job will be done quickly.
Drop it, Kago! Clear out, Smitty! I hurt my knee, but I got him! One shot, and I got him! You're right. He took the hard way. After I left you, I got thinking. That's what he'd do, and he did it. I gotta get out and see that body.
Wait.
What for? You all right, Smitty? Bart, I said I didn't miss running shots. Not very often. There's nothing to cry about anymore, Smitty. Nothing to be scared of. He's dead now. Dead as a rat. Look at him. Fat and satisfied. Steal our chow, would he? Let's get out of here. Pryor's posse can take over the chores now. Maybe even Kago deserves something. Wasn't a bad-looking character at that, was he? Scott! Scott! You gotta buy me a new rifle.